Nomadic YouTubers tell us that you have to do things that you like and the way you want to do them, despite what other people may have to say. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right. Well, first I want to tell you, be sure to come back here tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where my special guest will be Ad-van-tures over 50. Yeah, she's going to join us, and we're going to have some fun. So get your questions ready and come on over and join us tonight for Thirsty Thursday with Tracy from Ad-van-tures over 50. All right, let's just start this with Leave Her Wild. Now, Leave Her Wild, she is the young lady. She just made the announcement that she is with child, and yeah, she's been having some bus issues. She lives in a bus, but she is having some issues with her bus. She was just recently over at Ninth Elements for the big Thanksgiving feast at Mindy's property. She hosted a big Thanksgiving dinner with a bunch of the bus people, but yeah, Leave Her Wild, she's having more bus issues, and she's kind of over it.
I'm not sure exactly how long the bus is going to take to get fixed, so I didn't want to make this video, but here we are. This is the reality of it, and I hope that this is the last time the bus is in the shop for a good long while. I know I said that last time, but it is what it is. I just gotta keep going. One step forward, two steps back, right?
There you go. Life's little mantra. One step forward, two steps back. It does happen sometimes, unfortunately. Well, I hope she gets everything squared away and gets her bus rolling. I guess she says when she starts it doesn't run right. It runs really rough, and then it doesn't shut back off. She has to go out and actually hit the kill switch because the key sticks on. It's a mess. Something about, I don't know, they were talking about a neutral safety switch and all kind. I don't know, they were talking about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you wanted to find out what's going on, go over and check her out at Leave Her Wild. All right, speaking of vehicle issues, it wasn't a big deal, but Static Campervan, he has some recall things for his van, and it's this whole issue thing where they had to check things and possibly could get a new engine, but not. It's a big long story. It's easier for you to go watch the video and see what he's talking about. But yeah, he's had the van for 6 years, and he had a high opinion of this vehicle well, you know, hey, a vehicle should last longer than 6 years, right? But anyway, apparently, yeah. Here, this is what he had to say.
Over the last several years, I have been a big champion of this Ram ProMaster City. I think it does a lot of things well. I think it would make a great multi-purpose vehicle. I think the van is just big enough to be able to live out of. And so for that reason, I would recommend this van to anybody that would listen. And that has changed now. My opinion about that has changed now. And I actually feel a little bit sorry for recommending this van, just because I really don't think the quality of this vehicle is up to par. Now, that's not to say that I haven't had a good experience. Over the last 6+ years, I have had very little trouble with this van.
Well, that seemed to ruffle some feathers. Yeah, he left a little post, I guess, saying that, yeah, everybody wasn't so happy about that. And they weren't happy about, I guess, the way he said he doesn't recommend it anymore. But anyway, we're not sure. He wasn't sure what the issue was and why people were so upset. And so I gave him my opinion of what it was, because I watched the video again. I watch him all the time. I like his channel. I think he's a good dude. And hey, that hair. It's always that head of hair. That guy, I'm telling you, best nomad hair. Anyway, but I told him what I thought the problem was and why people were so upset. And I said, it's probably that Vancity Vanlife sticker that you have. Jokingly, of course, because you all know I'm a big fan of Chrome. But yeah, I told him it was because you got that damn sticker up. That's why people were so mad at you. He said, yeah, I'll have to get rid of that thing. Yeah, cool dude. Go over and check him out. Static Campervan. He's an all right dude. But I guess that'll just slide us into the next one. Chrome from Vancity Vanlife. Well, here, let's just go into it.
High school all over again. You see, because I have a YouTube channel, we get comments, messages, and emails from everybody telling me how I need to live my life, what I'm doing wrong with my life, and why they don't like me. So be it. I don't care. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to live my life the most authentic way that I know. And that's doing what my inner voice says and not listening to the voices of everything that just gets noisy around me. And I learned to hone that skill when I was young and not really care. Because when I first started doing voiceovers on this channel, I got tons of messages from people that hated it and said it's cringy. And now we're getting those same messages again with the shop. They don't like that I have a shop. They don't like that I bought tools. They don't like that I have a little place to launch my adventures from. I bet you if this was a rickety shack, they'd be speaking a different tune. It's my hard-earned money from not paying rent, and I'm having the time of my life.
And there you go. You know, you do a YouTube channel and all of a sudden everybody wants to tell you how you should be doing your channel, what you should be talking about, what you should not be talking about. Oh, well, you're a van dweller. You're supposed to be out in a van and doing this and don't do that and don't do this. And yeah, I get it. But you have to do what makes you happy because look, let's face it. You can only fake it so long. You can only get on here and put on the smile and, oh, this is awesome. You can only do that for so long. If you start doing shit that you don't like, people are going to notice. It's going to be obvious that you're not enjoying yourself, that you're not having fun anymore, and you're just going through the motions just because you need to make a buck on YouTube. And so, yeah, I get it. You can only do, so many videos about the same old thing over and over and over again until you get wearing out. You're wearing out. You're burning out. You need to do something. And hey, the dude got a garage. It isn't like he moved into a house. He's got a garage space. He's already had people in there, other people in there, utilizing the space to work on their stuff out of the weather. And he's got tools and everything. What is wrong? I don't get what the big deal is. It's him. It's his life. And as far as I'm concerned, people watching because it's him and what he's doing and the way he does things. And if this is part of his progression and part of his life and this is what he's doing and this is the way he's doing things, I guess some people might go, but some others might come on over. Who knows? But you got to do what makes you happy or, yes, that's right, you will get burnt out. So that takes us to the next thing. How not to get burnt out? Well, we got some advice from Grateful Glamper.
Really, when we look at this whole thing of burnout and balance, and then the key is making sure that we're doing the right thing at the right time. And kind of what that looks like for us is what?
Full-time RVing isn't quite for us or our family in the season that we're in right now, because our kids, being the ultra extroverts that I call them, need to be able to interact with other kids, other families, and that's how they recharge. If they don't have that, they start malfunctioning. So being out all the time, being at different campgrounds, some of them that don't have kids for them to play with, no structure of, every week we go to baseball.
That's right. You don't want your kids malfunction. You don't want to break your kids. That doesn't look good, especially if you're filming it. No, but I like these guys too. Another good channel, Grateful Glamper. But it's true, Oh, well, you're a travel channel. You're an RV channel. Why aren't you out there all the time? You should be full time. Well, they got a life and they schedule and cater their stuff around their life, just because they're not out there full time in it and doing everything. And they talk about other things of how not to get all burnt out. Even with the YouTube thing, I got to make a video. I don't want to, but I have to because I need that money. And I gotta make another video, a special video for the people on Patreon. And then I got to make one for here. Now I got to go over. And you get burnt out because you get a slave. You become a slave to YouTube. I always say it. You won't go get a regular job. These full-timers, some of them, won't go get a regular job because they saw everything, quit your job and go be like Bob. They won't go get a real job and work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. But yet, they'll stand in front of that camera and then they'll edit and then they'll post and then they'll answer this and they'll do that. And they'll spend 20 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube for 15 cents an hour, but they won't go out and get a real job. Doesn't make any sense to me, but what the fuck do I know? All right. Anyway, the point is you have to be happy. Now, we're all not going to be happy every day. That's not what life is all about, whether you think it is or not. I mean, there's a lot of folks out here running around and, oh, you offended me, so you must die and be excluded from the planet, and you have to do everything bend over backwards to make me happy. Well, we don't run around happy all the time. We have different emotions, different moods, and that's the way it is. But we all strive to be as content, I guess you would say, as possible throughout the day, every day, which makes life a little bit fun. And when you have a job or children or whatever it may be, you cater your lifestyle and your life around the important things to you, not to what everybody that watches you. And it's just like Chrome said, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go, if I want to go buy a damn or rent a garage space, I'm going to do it. Grateful Glamper, they're not going to go full time, and they have kids and they're meeting their kids' needs, and it's what's best for them. You don't have to be like, you're a nomad channel. You have to be on the road all the time and nonstop, and those wheels must be turning. No, it doesn't have to be that way. And just because you have a YouTube channel and somebody may slide you a super chat or become a member or contribute to your Patreon, doesn't give them the right to be a producer all of a sudden. Well, I give you $5 every month, and I want you to talk about this, and you need to do this, and you need to get up off your ass and do that, and you need to... No, that's not the way it works. If you don't like the channel anymore, you take your little Patreon away, stop being a member, don't give super chats, don't even come over and click. You come over and click the thumbs down if you want to, whatever. But again, you'll be bitching because these people were, oh, look how fake you are. You're sad. You're this, you're that. Because you're forcing them to do something they don't want to do, and it shows. And I always say, you can't please everybody. And once you start to try, you wind up pleasing absolutely no one. So the moral of the story is, and what all these folks are saying is, do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Talk about what you want to talk about. Make your videos about whatever you want to talk about and live your life the way you want to. Other people don't dictate what the hell you do. Mommy did that a long time ago. You're all grown the hell up. And you can ask my mommy. I never listened to her anyway, so do what you want to do. You're a grown-ass adult. And if you do something wrong, you're the one that has to suffer the consequences, not everybody else that are chapping in your fucking ear. They don't mean a hill of beans. All right. Enough of that soapboxy stuff. Let me finish up with Vida Travels. Now, Vida Travels, she did a live stream last night, and she had a little panel, I guess you could say, a little panel of guests, and they were talking about what's the etiquette for the masks and everything nowadays, because Paula is planning the long-awaited opening of the borders. Paula, for those of you who do not know, Vida Travels, she is a Canadian, and she is planning a trip in her Ambo down to the States. And she is planning on going to meetups and hanging out with people. And what is the etiquette? What should you do? should you wear a mask? If you wear a mask and nobody else is that offensive? If you say, hey, can I look inside your rig? And do you put a mask on to go in? Do you not? What is the proper thing to do? If everybody else is wearing a mask and you don't want to, should you? And all that. But they had a big discussion, and I found it quite interesting. And yes, there is a link below. Go over and check it out. But I found it very, very interesting because it just wasn't heard. There was a couple people in there, and they had their little opinions, and it was, I don't know. Because there was a couple things I found interesting and odd at the same time. One, they were saying do whatever makes you comfortable, which is cool. I understand that, and that's it. And Paula was saying stuff like, well, you know, if people want to come over and they want to look at my ambulance, and if I say, hey, I prefer you to wear a mask, or if I'm standing there wearing a mask, I want them to put a mask on before they come into my home, is that going to be offensive? Who cares? Who cares? In my opinion, who cares? It's just like you want to go into Costco or wherever else, you got to put in a mask to shop here. You don't like it? Go fucking shop somewhere else. And it's the same thing. You want to come in my ambulance? If I want you to wear a mask, you don't want to wear a mask? Well, then go look at somebody else's fucking ambulance. That's my feeling. If you want them to wear one. But, you know, and if you don't care if they wear one or not, if they wear one, is that going to offend anybody? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. But, again, the conversation went kind of a little interesting when one person, I won't say names, if you want to go and watch, you can watch, but one person said that, well, I take care of my body, I'm healthy, I did my research, and I know what's going on, so I'm educated or informed enough where I can make my own decisions. Which I got no problem with that. But again, if you're in a group and a couple of people want you to would like to wear a mask, is that going to offend you just because you don't want to? It shouldn't. But if you go to their campsite and they say, hey, do you mind wearing a mask? You shouldn't mind putting one on, or just keep on walking. But someone else said, which I found very interesting, was, and another RVer, I didn't even know there was a new variant until today. At the time of that. So one person said, yeah, I'm healthy, I take care of myself, and I am informed enough. And another one said, I didn't even know there was a new variant. So there you have it. And let's be honest. Let's be real. Be very real. Just because you're an RVer or whatever, oh, no, we don't. No, be real. Be totally real. A lot of the full-timers that are out there, they really don't take care of themselves. They really don't. And I'm not talking about, so we don't wash for a couple days. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you haven't been to a doctor in how many years? And I know because you're here and you have a health card and your health insurance is for this state and you're across the country in another state and you don't have a doctor and you can't go to the doctor and blah, 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 blah. And if I got aches and pains, I just sit here in a circle in the desert anyway and watch Bob videos and tells us how great we are. I don't need to go to the doctor. So there you got that. So no, a lot of people don't take care of themselves out there that are full-time. So you're walking in amongst this big group of people who aren't informed. They don't even know what's wrong with their own body because they haven't seen a doctor in a while. Have some of them gotten the vaccine? Maybe. I doubt it. So to say, I'm informed, but you're going into a group of people who aren't. And I don't watch the news, so I don't even know what the fuck is going on. And that's a lot of the nomads. They don't. But do I blame the nomads? Do I blame anybody? No, I blame the news. I blame mainstream media for being such ass clowns and giving just bullshit, some woke agenda, or these other ones on the other side just bashing the woke people. No one's giving anybody any news. No one's giving anybody any facts. No one's giving anybody any real information. They're just on here, blah, blah, blah. They're no different than me, spewing my opinion. There is no more news and there is no facts. So I blame mainstream media and the quote unquote fucking news for driving people away and not being informed and educated. again, for someone to say, oh yeah, well, I didn't even know there was a new variant, because I don't watch the news. So I found the whole thing very interesting. It was a good conversation. It was civil. I mean, there was people with different opinions. The chat wasn't nasty. The people on the panel, it was a really good little chat. And if you're interested in that conversation to see what people felt, and again, this wasn't just my opinion. I'm listening to nomads, RVers, people that do this, and you have one that says, "Oh yeah, I'm informed. I know all about it, and I'm healthy." And the person is it's a healthy guy. I'll just say that. I don't doubt one bit that he is healthy and takes care of himself and knows. I don't doubt that one bit. But then on the other side, I know lots of these people that haven't seen a doctor in probably decades. So they don't take care of themselves. And they're probably not eating the best. They're probably eating garbage, some fast food garbage all the time, and a lot of other things, and sitting in the desert sucking up the sand. So they're not in the best of health, first of all. So if you have a whole bunch of outside people coming in, dragging this potential virus in and out, are they susceptible? Are they going to be asymptomatic and just spread it around, whether you're healthy and know what you're doing or not? And then, again, I'm informed. And another one, I don't watch the news. Fuck that. And again, I do blame mainstream media for being such douchebags that people don't even want to watch the damn news anymore to be informed. So go over to Paul of Vida Travels. And again, there's links. Links to all the stuff I'm talking about is down below. So please do go check that out and see what these folks were talking about and see what your opinion is. And you can even leave a comment below here and let me know what you think about, well, we'll just say, not just Paula, but anybody coming in and going over to Quartzsite or wherever else and going in with this big group and meeting up with folks. Should you be offended if someone's wearing a mask and you don't want to, or you don't think you have to? Should anybody else be offended if they want to come into your campsite and you ask them to wear a mask if they're going to come in and walk into your rig? Or if you're okay as long as we're sitting around the campfire outside, I don't care if you do or you don't, but if you come into my rig to look around, please put one on. Should that offend anybody? Should you feel worried that you will offend anybody if you ask them? Just let me know what your opinion is. And remember, it doesn't matter what my opinion is. You don't have to agree with me. That is never the point here. The point is,
this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.